So
drunk lesbian sex, drunk girl on girl sex.
it was hot in the beginning.
It's
Like, but
better
then I
than,
got in trouble. Like, just like it's so ridiculous with lesbians. Like, there had to be like a fucking like we had to talk. We had to have a talk before. Like, you're allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. I mean,
What
it was
was on the
ridiculous.
no-fly list?
What's the no-go? Subscribe! What's cracking?
Oh God, all is good.
All is good?
I mean, no. What am I talking? I don't know why I just said that.
I do like...
You know what? Are we recording? Record. Because that's so perfect.
Yeah,
We're
I
just
always
so
do
programmed to be like good, and it's like, I mean,
I
you want
like
the
people
truth?
like that.
This
Don't tell
on.
me how you actually are.
No,
Leave it
I
on.
always when people are like, "How are you?" I'm like, "Good," but I'm never.
You're
good.
not
Yeah.
good.
So it's
I
a
haven't
lie.
been
I'm
good
fucking
in like
miserable.
15 years.
No,
but
no,
also you don't want to
I
be the
was never
fucking
good.
jerk who's like,
I've never
well,
been good.
never good, not
No.
once.
in my life.
Let me just post this real quick. But yeah,
I love that you're posting while I'm here.
well, we just came in
What
hot,
did
you know.
Really?
I think the difference though is that because you don't want to be. Like if I say, hey, how are you? And you were like, well, you know, like my arthritis is acting up and my grandma's dying and I'm, you know, it's like, shut up.
I just cut myself. How are you? Yeah.
I didn't bleed out in time, so they saved me. You know, I'm back here again.
I always say I'm okay, which is the truth. I am okay.
Okay.
I go fine. Did
Fine.
Fine is-
I'm fine.
that's good.
I'll survive.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And I
good.
think I say-
Am I
I think I say
ideal?
good.
Heavens no.
I think
But-
I say good, but I don't think good is really
Yeah,
anything to
good's a
aspire
little.
for
Good's
either.
a little too much.
Do you think so?
I'm not
Am I-
good.
Am I
I'm
being
fine.
pretentious
Have
with my
you ever
good?
felt good? I don't mean from like you just bang someone. I'm saying in your
Oh, I feel.
life.
That's when I feel the worst.
No, I.
That's when I feel the.
That's rock bottom.
I'm not even kidding. Like you guys are both laughing way too hard. I'm dead serious.
No,
That's when I'm at my
you
lowest
mean
point
right
after I
at-
fuck somebody.
Why? No, I need to know why. I have to know why.
Why? Because I hate sex. Sex fucking.
Why do you hate
sex?
No, I need to
sucks.
Can I tell you why?
know.
I will tell you why.
I
He's
need
been
to know.
molested 5 times.
So have I.
And you're laughing too hard. like
Who hasn't been molested?
Not-
5 times?
You ugly ass kid.
nobody wanted to fuck me as a kid. Not even
You've
get
never
diddled.
been molested?
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
you fucking-
Oh my god,
Bro,
I
did
feel
you-
bad
What is
for
going
you.
on right now? Why am I the fucking?
I feel bad that you were never molested.
You
I
grew
guess
up
me too.
before the 2000s and didn't get
You must
molested
feel
by
like
an
a
adult.
fucking loser.
When did you guys get? You got molested by your babysitter.
I got
You
molested
got
by
molested by your
babysitter.
I can't even
doctor.
count. It's
Computer
really-
teachers, dude. Fucking.
When did you get molested?
Oh god.
Or like,
When-
who- like
when
give me
was
an
the
example. Of,
first
give me an
time?
example of when you think I could have got like you didn't even
Well,
get
did you
this.
Go to, did you? I thought you just said you didn't even get fisted. Did you just say?
Like you didn't even get this. Like this didn't even happen to you.
Well,
like
did you grow up like cat? Like, did you go to church? And
Yeah.
shit? So nothing happened.
No,
there? 'Cause
I
you're
never
cute.
was-
You're adorable. So I'm
Stop
shocked
and go
that
on.
happened.
I went to church a lot, but I was never like an altar boy, so I was never
Oh,
like
okay.
with the priests or anything. I was in a CYO like group. I was doing like resume shit to get into college, where
Mm-hmm.
we would like do like charity shit. But and there was some fucking weirdos there, but I
Yeah.
wasn't letting nobody fucking touch me.
Right. you
Were you
probably
stinky?
gave off a vibe like get
Was I
away from
stinky?
me.
Yeah, did you smell?
No, you motherfucker. I was never the
That'll
smelly
prevent you
kid.
from
That was
getting
the one thing
molested.
my mom
You'll
is
get
like.
picked on in class, but you won't get molested.
No, my mom said she was like, I always made sure you guys were not like the smelly kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you can be other things, but like we're gonna make sure you're clean. No, I just
What do you
nobody
think- what do you
tried to
think
fuck me,
damages you
guys. I
more?
don't know.
Being the smelly kid that everyone makes fun of, or getting molested once or twice.
Oh
Well,
my
judging
God.
by you, judging by you,
Like, what do you think has a long term?
You know what? I think
bigger
I
I
effect?
know.
think being smelly.
I think so too. Cause look at me, I'm fine.
Me too. I have no problem.
just gonna.
I mean, I do. Yeah.
Hey guys,
No, I think
we're good. We're totally good. Everything's fine. We just
as
finished
we
saying
started,
we
we
are
were-
never
yeah.
good, ever.
Sure, I am like in debt because of how much I pay for therapy. But aside from that,
I know. I go to a lot of therapy too. I have to.
Yeah, but I mean,
Most of my friends were molested. I mean,
fuck,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Well, that's
I'm
different
starting
though,
to
'cause
feel
I feel like when did you grow up?
I grew up in the. I was
What were your prime molestation years?
Yeah.
70s, 80s.
Yes.
I
If
mean,
you
a
were
guy-
if you were a lady in the 70s and 80s.
A guy, when I was
You're
a
just
kid, a
getting touched
guy
everywhere.
used to call the house, and he talked sex with me on the phone when I was a kid.
With who was he?
He was some random man. I know.
He would
and
just
I
call
was
the house,
home, and I was
you would
home
pick up?
alone all the time. No one was around.
And he'd be like, "Hello," like he
yes.
knew who you were.
Well, he somehow, I guess, randomly called the house, and I was a kid, and then he got
like-
a hold of me, and
He's like, oh, we
that
can
was
call him
it.
back.
Yeah, he kept
so
calling
you
back.
got wrong number molested, and then they were just like, I'm gonna remember this.
This
one.
guy's like
Yeah.
jackpot.
That dude was trying to figure out the
I
numbers.
was like, hello, and he's like, yeah. He just kept calling.
He's like, I meant to hit a 9.
Yeah.
Did I hit a 6 or a
Shit.
fucking 5?
That
Fuck.
is
he
crazy.
talked sexually to me and got
you never
off on
told
the phone.
your parents or anything?
No, I never told anybody.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right now, this is it.
This is the first time I've ever. Hi, William. I missed you.
Were you like talking back, or were you just kind of like
I think
a
I
sounding
talked
board?
back a little bit, but I didn't. Like I don't
were like,
fully
yeah, fuck
remember.
me, yeah.
I was like, can you help me with my math homework after? What's 6 divided by 3? After you come all over the house.
So if you busted 5 nuts and fucked 3 women, how many total orgasms did you have?
When you molest 4 kids
hate that
and
voice, it
1
scares me so
cries, how many are okay?
We'll find out in 40 years.
And
Call
then
me
I
back,
talk
yeah.
about this on stage, but I was molested in fat camp.
Oh, that seems like
And
a
I
place.
say, if anything's going to keep you fat, it's being molested in fat camp. I mean, you're going to keep weight on to keep people away.
Yeah.
And then but I
Fat
think,
camp?
I think I asked for it because my clothes were tight.
Yeah.
I hate when the crowd doesn't laugh at that.
That's a great
It's funny.
That's a true like comics joke.
Yeah,
That's a
I know.
good
The
joke.
crowd goes,
Fuck
I'm like,
you.
Fuck you.
I was the
fucking
fat
asshole.
fucking person getting molested. Fuck you.
I wasn't even fat. I was Jewish fat. I was Jat. Jat is not even fat. I was like 6 pounds overweight. My
See,
parents
that's-
sent me.
I mean, isn't
I was
that
not
the
fat.
classic joke where
Yeah.
you're like the queen of the fucking ball, right? You're
I
the belle
was
of
the
the
most
ball.
popular kid.
Yeah.
I was not fat. I was athletic, and I was sent to fat camp.
Because you just weren't like a twig.
I was a
Your mom was
shortstop
like,
on the
Yeah.
softball team. I was getting scholarships from SUNY Oswego. And then,
SUNY Oswego.
That's the most lesbian school ever. And I don't know what it is, but when you go
No,
to
the
SUNY
most is
Oswego,
Mount Holyoke and Smith. Those are like
Mount
fucking-
Holyoke. I know girls who went to both those schools.
Yeah.
I
Were
know
they
a girl
dykes?
who went to Mount Holyoke, and actually this flies in the face of your theory. But she would. I worked at a summer camp with her, and during lunch, while I would eat a sandwich, this is how bad I am at reading signs from women. While I would eat a sandwich, she would show me how deep she could get a pen in her throat, and I would be like, "That's pretty fucking cool." And just keep eating at the.
Oh,
at
so
the-
you didn't know
I didn't
that
get. She was like, "Watch what I could do with a dick," and I was just
Do you
like,
know I'm the same way?
Yeah.
I never know when someone's hitting on me.
like,
Never.
and like, I'd like to say
Someone
like
could
be
be like, "Can you fuck the shit out of me?" And I'm like, "What movie do you want to see?" I have no idea what's
he
going on.
is
Yeah.
the worst. The worst.
See, and I'll tell you what, she could get that pen mighty deep. And I thought, I looked at it more as like a circus act
Yeah.
than like something sexual. I was like, she is impressed.
Well, also, let me tell you something. You're not thinking about your penis when you see something this long. None of that translated to
you don't even need that. I got a bugle you could try if you want.
It was a golf pencil.
I'm getting upset that I wasn't molested, though.
I'm sorry. Do you
maybe-
want me to
maybe-
do- we can
maybe-
act something
maybe
out. Do you want to
I-
act it out right now?
Maybe, spice this day up. Maybe I was so molested I repressed all my shit.
You could have.
You know?
That does happen.
Maybe I got
People
really
don't
molested, you
believe it, but
fucking
it does
pussy.
happen.
Oh, I don't have memories before.
I don't either.
7, I think.
I don't have a lot
Every
of
single
memories
thing,
either.
every time he tells a story, he's just like, I was 7. And it's like, it doesn't matter if he was 16. He'd be like, I don't know, I was like 7. So we're in the car and I'm driving. It's my freshman year. I was 7. Makes no sense.
just
But I
don't-
think all those years just
That's
get blurred out.
hilarious.
It's
blocked out.
crazy. It's crazy how I have very specific
I was
memories.
voting
but I
for
guess that's
Clinton.
what a memory is, though. Now that I think about it, like that's like I don't remember everything, but I have when something of
Flashes.
note happened.
Yeah.
I remember.
But I mean, all of his molestations came out during the show, where like he'd be telling a story, and I'd be like,
Oh God.
"That's assault, brother," you know, and he'd be like, "Oh, I guess it is when you're like when your
no, the
babysitter jerks
babysitter
you
just
off."
put a
like,
carrot up my ass. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Did someone really put a carrot?
No,
in
no,
your
no,
ass?
no, no, no.
Oh, that I wish
that's
they
an extreme
did. That
example.
was-
She would just make me watch porn with her and stuff. It wasn't touching.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah,
that
but
bad.
that's still
But it's-
very
yeah,
inappropriate.
sure. In today's world, yeah, but you can't judge society through today's lens. Back in the day,
So she wouldn't do anything to herself?
no, we just sit there and watch. Like,
Well, because
weird
she was
porn.
like, "This fucking
Rot-
pussy won't
rotten.com.
fuck me."
Like
Rot-
what kind of
rotten.
porn?
It was rotten.com. It wasn't even
Yeah,
porn. It was
sometimes
just naked people doing
you know,
fucked up
Rotten-
stuff to each other.
Rotten.com is like a Faces of Death type thing. It's like you can see some sex, but you also see someone like chopping their toes off with a hammer with an axe. Like it's
and
just
your
like fucked up stuff.
babysitter watched that with you.
Yeah, it was.
Wow. We wonder why we're so.
No, I've said part of me believes that my generation is the greatest generation because I said this all over and over again because we are young enough that we can use the internet and we're like technologically adept, but also we remember a time without it, so we can like remember what it was like to not have everything at your fingertips and all that. But also we're probably the most fucked up generation because all of this Wild Wild West shit was starting during our formative years, puberty, all that shit, when it was like, sure, you can watch, but like, this girl put this bottle in her ass.
I know,
and you can watch,
you're right, because I was older, but I still
it'll still
remember
fuck
when
everybody
it started.
up, but like when your first thing is like, wait, what's sex? Let me find out. It's like, oh, you put like everything in the world inside your fucking holes. It's like, oh wait, that's not really what we should be teaching just yet, you know? You'll eventually learn it, but just shouldn't be when you're like 12, 13 years old.
We're also the most fucked up generation because we're the most experimented on, which another thing I say.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, I had pills in high school where I had like a couple of pimples. And I went to a dermatologist, and they were like, here, this will take care of the pimples. And my mom was like, and that's it? And like, well, it's definitely going to make him suicidal as well. And then we were just like, fine with it. We're like, all right, that makes sense.
No, Accutane was like heavily suicidal.
I also wouldn't let him anywhere near a rope.
You're hanging from the ceiling, but you have no stick.
Just beautiful. Like, Open Casket was amazing. Yeah. He was glowing at the wake. But
die young and leave a pretty corpse. Salicylic acid.
Yo, but really, the Accutane shit was crazy because, like,
I couldn't think of the name. Accutane.
When they say, you know, like, side effects include like heart attacks and this and that, it's like, yeah, a couple. That did happen to a couple people. We do have to legally tell you this, but like, you're gonna be okay. Accutane was like, put away the knives and the ropes. Like, don't get rid of their shoelaces. They're wearing Velcro for the summer. But it also was a testament to like, okay, what would you rather be? The like kind of suicidal kid or the kid like covered in acne? Because guess what? You're gonna be suicidal with that too. Right. You might as well be pretty.
Would you rather look like Edward James Olmos or be dead? And you're like, dead.
Yeah, take the death. Take the fucking death, man.
14-year-old me, hand up fast, dead.
Yeah, that's painful.
I watch pimple popping shit. Do you watch that?
That's so weird. You just said that. You know why? You really just read my mind. So I never did. I was like, I will never. And all of a sudden, and recently on Instagram, I started scrolling and it came
watching,
up.
It feeds it to you.
And I was like, what? Why am I getting a little into this right now?
No, there's something like psychological.
There's some of it I
like
can't watch.
I
bet it's gotta be psychosexual.
Oh, no. I don't think it's sexual.
Why not?
No,
because I don't want to be. I don't want to be attracted
to bodily fluids, ejaculation.
No,
I don't know. You were the one thinking of that, bro.
Dude, that's where your brain. I don't like this shit. I hate this shit. I'm disgusted by it.
Find it
but I'm also disgusted by sex. So
wait, I need to know something. We need to backtrack. What disgusts you about sex? I know you talked about
I'm
this
exaggerating.
Well, it's also. He's closeted, and he was molested. You know, that'll be enough to fuck a girl. You're like, this is all fucked up. I don't want to have sex with you. And the last time I did was like when my babysitter was fingering me. So, you know, all of it leads to tears.
Fingering me.
No, but you guys are the fucked up ones for liking.
I don't like all of it. There's a lot I don't like. I don't like when it shoots at someone's face.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
That's a lot.
That is disgusting.
That's a lot.
But usually I'm into that, but just not with pimples.
No, I don't.
You know what the best is? The best for all my fellow pimple popper fans out there. Old people, blackheads. Old people on their face. They have had blackheads that have been in there legitimately probably for like 40 years.
I haven't
so they
seen
are
that.
black as night, and they just squeeze them, and it just all comes out. I get something. It's not sexual, but it's very like it's
not
almost
sexual
like,
for me.
It's
I'd
very,
admit if it was
like when you like a clean, like people who like their bed made and shit like that. It's one of those things where like you just get it all out and now it's clean and you're good, you're fresh. It's a clean slate. It's like when there's a fresh thing of snow. It's like those, or there's a dirty thing, you clean it up and it's like.
I also don't like when there's
Zamboni.
30 of them.
Oh, that's when it gets
No,
good.
I don't like that.
That's like the equivalent of a gangbang.
Really,
that's like, yeah, now we're really cooking.
Yeah, I don't like gangbang. They're too confusing. I don't like gangbangs.
Really?
Yeah.
What's confusing about it?
I once had
just
a
one
threesome.
Girl getting fucked by a bunch of guys.
No, I once had a threesome with 2 women and in a hotel, and I didn't even want to do it.
I
My
think that's
girlfriend
too much
did. Well, I got very confused, and then I got annoyed, and I was like, "You guys continue."
Really?
I went on the other bed in the hotel and watched TV. I swear
Just
to
right
God.
next to?
Yeah, I said I'm not into this.
That's
what happened?
rude.
What?
That's rude.
And then I got in trouble for things I did from my girl. It was all her
like
idea.
You just had a shitty girlfriend.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I always have a sugar. It was her idea. She's like,
Right.
I want to do this. I'm like, I don't even want to do this. She's like, come on, let's just do it.
Yeah, did
and
she
then,
bring in someone who was like very
we went to a
different
bar,
than you?
and we went to a bar. It was my girlfriend, and she started kissing someone
Right in front
on
of
the
you.
dance floor. Yeah,
And you
I
guys
was
weren't
"What?"
like that? You weren't like open, kind of?
No, it was crazy. We were wasted.
Yeah. How
yeah.
old? Were you younger?
Yeah, 25.
so
something.
you're still like,
Yeah.
you know, crazy shit happens
Yeah.
when you're partying, whatever.
And
but
then-
like, did she go get like a blonde, so it's like the total opposite of you sort of thing? Did that piss you off?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the opposite. I mean, this girl was very attractive, but like me. No, I'm joking. I'm.
I'm ugly.
No, the woman was very attractive, but I was like so drunk, and I'm like, if she's gonna kiss her, I'm gonna fuck her. You know, like that
What's
was- so.
drunk lesbian sex? Drunk girl on girl sex.
It was hot in the
it's
beginning, like, but
better
then I
than,
got in trouble, like, just like, it's so ridiculous with lesbians. Like, there had to be like a fucking, like, we had to have a talk before, like,
Yeah.
you're allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. I mean,
What
it was
was on, like, the
ridiculous.
no-fly list?
What's the no-go?
Well, I think.
So, like, you're not allowed to kiss?
No,
Or, like,
like
you're not
no,
allowed
like
to
we
fuck this
started,
way.
we fooled around, we were wasted again. But
Yeah.
I fingered the other woman, and then she.
She was like, no. No. She said no to that? I mean,
No, I got in trouble afterwards for doing that.
There's, like,
and I'm
limited
like,
things
are
you
you
can do.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
But plus, I left the whole thing and went on the other bed because I
What'd
was
you
so
watch? Do you
bored.
remember
I
what you
really was
watched?
bored.
Could you?
I don't remember what I
would be
watched.
funny.
It was
could
probably
you
like
have-
Schindler's List.
Could you have performed cunnilingus but no fingering, or like?
No, that
So
would have
this
been
was
worse.
So
this
just
girl-
kissing.
This girl
Cunnilingus would have
picked
been
out-
worse.
I didn't know. Like, I don't know.
this
No.
girl picked out somebody she wanted to
Who
fucking
she
fool
made
around
out
and, like,
with
but I don't
on the
wanna
dance
have-
floor in front
But I
of
don't
me.
want you to.
First
get
of all,
involved.
she
That's
made out
bullshit.
with someone in front of me.
Yeah.
Right?
Without ever having talked about it. Like,
No.
We're gonna go out. And
right.
find
And
a
then
third time.
I put my hand down there.
Uh-huh.
And got in trouble, and she didn't talk to me for a week. I hate
girl
women
sucks.
so much.
Also,
I
How did
swear
you
to God,
fucking
is
pick
there
this?
a conversion therapy to become straight?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna go to a fucking class.
Yeah. No, I always say
be-
I want to
Mike
get
Pence will
conver-
set you up. Yeah, he's still.
I'm
bopping
not
around.
kidding.
I
really
said
am
I told
considering it.
DeStefano I want to go to conversion therapy to become fully gay.
Chris
I would
and
love
I
to just be
talk
fully
about
gay.
this all the time.
Yeah.
So many straight men feel like
Just
that.
need to love dick. That's it.
I know,
That's the only
because you
problem.
don't have to. You guys don't. I know, but you know what? It's so much easier.
Dick. Like
Yes.
fucking dick.
Oh, you
Yes.
crazy town.
No, she's right.
No,
It's
I'm
easy.
being
It's
serious.
easier to like dick.
Yeah, meaning
like-
you guys can just
To
fuck,
make
and the
them
next
come,
day
like,
you're
as you-
like,
Oh,
hey,
oh,
what's
yeah,
up? Like,
yeah,
there's
yeah, yeah.
no. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
like
you
a
don't
lot
have
of
to deal
my
with
gay male
bullshit,
friends.
crazy
There's
girls.
there's no like.
I know a few gay
they
people.
hook up-
They're
No.
all fucking psychopaths.
No, of course there
This
are. but
one,
I'm-
the other one,
other one. Oh,
all,
yeah.
all.
I know he's been giving me very weird looks. Since
Yeah.
I'm
He's
joking.
great.
I'm
He's
totally
gay.
kidding.
He's a little creep. No, but that's like different.
why are his
they're,
pants
they're,
down?
They're crazy people. They're just like lunatic people, gay or straight. I'm saying like with girls, and this is why I think lesbians is probably a whole shit show because you get all the emotions and the hormones and like the girly shit, the stereotypical girl stuff. You just get two of that, right?
Well,
Unless,
it
I guess, if you have,
depends.
like,
There's
very
also
like,
craziness with men
different-
and women. I mean,
Yeah,
of course, you're talking about two
I think if
completely
you
different
had-
people.
I would imagine two more like effeminate gay men would be a shit show too, where it's like they're in their feelings and they're gonna be, difficult as well.
Yes, that can be hard. I guess any combination can be hard, but
I'd imagine if it's two like regular dudes.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of like fucking hang out. That's why I want to try it. I just want to be able to fuck.
Just a couple
Regular
straight
dudes.
guys fucking each
Yes,
other, man. I mean,
that's it. It's just straight guys who fuck. I'm not gay.
Yeah.
I'm straight. I'm a straight guy who fucks dudes.
I really think it depends on the people, but it can be difficult with two women. It can be very intense.
When did you know?
I mean, I met my first partner, first girlfriend, the first person I was with when I was a senior in college.
That's pretty late,
And that's
right?
Yeah.
You only found out then, or you knew and you just didn't?
I didn't know, but I never could fall in love with a guy, and I never wanted to I had
right.
guy
I've
friends,
heard
but I
you say
never
this before,
but I
yeah.
never wanted to spend time with them.
Right. You were saying you
after.
actually liked to have sex with them, but then afterwards it was like, I don't want to hang out with you. I don't
Yeah,
wanna
like
be
I
around
could
you,
have
don't
sex with them, but
Yeah.
I was like, bye. Like I just didn't want to hang out with them after.
I'm like that with people across the board.
Get what you need from them, and then you're
Yeah.
done. See you later.
Yeah, I mean, men don't gross me out.
Right.
I just I couldn't fall in love with them. I didn't want to be in relationships with them.
You know, yeah, it's just I just got to get into the dicks.
Yeah.
It's that TS porn. We're getting there. We're getting there.
I guess if you can't, I know Chris. I know he wishes he could be gay too.
He just is. Come on.
I think he is
Enough.
too.
Enough, Stefano. Like, just stop. It's not even funny.
Did you see the video he put up maybe it was this morning, yesterday, of his baby mama, like doing the laundry?
I saw something, but I didn't watch it yet. But
It's now I've actually thought about this fairly recently. When I've been doing my laundry and I'm like looking at my underwear and I'm like, you're a fucking animal, dude. Like it's just like the elastic is all out of whack and like there are holes in the crotch and
of his.
It's not gonna have stains or anything like that. I'm not that big.
Yeah.
I'm not a pig. I'm an animal.
Well, it's also because you wear the
And-
wrong size underwear. But keep going.
Yeah, and but DeStefano's girl was holding up his, and it was, I mean, the ass was just blown out.
Well, Chrissy,
like there wasn't a hole in it. It wasn't an ass.
Chrissy Bitchips is like, you know, a size 38 putting on like a 32. It's probably just ripping through it.
Crazy.
It's almost like
It was
like a
full,
jock strap.
It was. I'm just gonna pull it up. It was nuts.
It's like
I gotta
assless
see
chaps.
this.
It's like a jock strap where the whole back is just wide open. Oh my fucking Christ!
He kills me.
He's
I
unbelievable.
just saw him the other night. We were laughing so hard.
I almost don't want him to be gay because I feel like the power of like this. Like, it's almost like that's underwear for people with like 3 legs.
Oh my god!
That's a third leg.
It's just like Chris is doing pretty well, and I've said that like
But he's so crazy. He makes me laugh so hard.
Could you? I mean, that just has to be your whole middle. You know, like he can take his shit without taking off his pants.
Exactly. He just drops jeans to take it down.
He could have a baby with there would be nothing on his underwear if he had a baby, no blood.
No blood.
Oh fuck!
Oh my god, he kills me.
So wait, senior year, that's when you're like, all right.
I was
I'm
in a
gay.
sorority, and I fell in love with a freshman.
That's pretty
And
late,
we had a
man.
secret.
That's
we
wild.
had a secret relationship for years.
And then you
was
came out right
horrible.
away, or no? Obviously, if you had a secret relationship.
Yeah. Then after she graduated, we came out,
Well, that's a long time.
and no one
Four-
cared.
like 4
No
years,
one
yeah.
cared. I cared, but no
Yeah.
one else cared.
Yeah.
Was that like
Everyone
kinda,
knew.
Was it like disheartening? You're like,
I would
I'm
be
gay,
upset.
and everyone's like,
They're like,
Yeah, we don't-
really?
no.
They all. I was like sobbing every time she left. I was like, "Ah!" My mom's like, obviously you're with her. It was so stupid.
Nobody cared. No,
we've
there was
seen
no
you throw it
backlash.
across the
Yeah.
diamond over there. That's where you go.
We watch you pick it out of the ground at first base. No straight girl could pick a ball in the dirt
I'm
like
like
that. Give
taking
me a
the
break.
wrappers or for food out of the garbage. Smelling the sheet. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you were like 25 then by the time she came out? She had like 4 more years to go?
I think I was 24 when
24.
I fully came out. Yeah.
Fuck, that's a long time.
Yeah. I cared what people thought. I really cared.
But then it's
And you
it's
don't
kind of
anymore?
funny when
About anything? I don't.
Of
Yeah.
course I care what people think. About that, no.
I don't. I think everyone in the world cares what other people think, no doubt. And then I usually say kind of it's just a matter of whether you change what you're doing or who you are, or what you say based on that. But I think everyone does that to an extent as well. But I think it's just a matter of how much you let other people. Because I really, at the end of the day, I really don't care what people think. I actually think.
Oh, I absolutely do. So much.
But like
You do?
A sick
Yeah.
amount.
But you
I mean,
don't.
I
Like,
care
you do,
about
but
a
like
lot.
You do, but you also just like still just do what you do. Like
Yeah.
what do you do in your life right now that is like based on other people? Maybe how you
Oh,
dress.
nothing.
Maybe
I'm the most selfish person alive. But
that's what I mean.
But
Like,
it'll
you
just-
care, and maybe it's in your head, but it's not.
I just
like
get that
you-
hot feeling when they tell me, and then I forget almost instantly.
Yeah, that's- I
But-
think that's the
You
difference.
read all the
Fuck no. I mean, I read my Twitter
Good,
mentions.
don't.
I read my Twitter mentions, but that's it.
He's the only one I know. He's the only person I believe when he says I don't read the comments.
Yeah, I don't read a lot.
I mean, it takes a long time to get over that. And
I
when you
know.
do, it is like freeing. Like,
Yeah,
you really
you
don't
can't.
anymore.
My
I
therapist
don't-
gave that to me as a homework assignment once. She's like, I want you to read all the comments this week. I went back next week. I was like, I'm going to fucking cut your head off. How
I was
about
gonna
that?
say that is
Yeah.
bad advice.
I'm going to throw you out this goddamn window.
painful.
That is bad advice.
I quit. That's what I did. I quit.
With
I was
therapy,
like,
yeah.
you're fucking
Yeah.
fired.
No, that is legit
was
bad
not-
advice.
Why-
Because
why
you know
would
what?
Talk about Accutane again.
This is another thing. The fucking therapists don't get this world.
No,
They
a lot
don't.
of them don't.
And I know
at
that you're
all.
super smart, and I know that you can probably apply a lot of things. But like, I've talked to therapists who have been like, listen, I've talked to like billionaires before. I've talked to actors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like I can deal with it. It's like, good for you. That's not what this is like.
Yeah.
Like the billionaire, the actor, the singer. That's all actually pretty well documented
Mm-hmm.
already by now. You know, this shit, internet. Comedy, podcasting,
No.
following, getting followers. All
I
that
know.
Shit. There's no books on it yet. Like,
Yeah.
and they think they can apply all their
You're
schooling,
right.
and it's like, no, you can't. So don't act like you know what's going on. When I'm like, oh, you know, it's like we live in this weird world where, to the people who know us, we are like mega famous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then like the rest of the world doesn't.
I know.
But so
Isn't that
sometimes people are
interesting?
like falling over themselves to take a picture with me, and then other times it's people are like, you know, fuck you, they'd spit on me. And it's like,
Right.
I don't know how to handle that, and like neither do you, because you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you've
it's
never had a
so
fucking
interesting.
client or a patient like this. I swear to God, you haven't. Unless it's him, you haven't had anybody that can, you know.
Yeah.
And so I don't think like the world has caught up to.
And you
social media and all this
and
shit,
the
yeah.
highs are so high and the lows are so
so
low, and
low,
you're
yeah.
only as good as or big as your last gig.
And your last thing was like a
yeah,
day
it's
ago,
So
you
I
know,
know,
it's so
I know.
fast.
But the good thing about my therapist is I've been with her for a while, so she's I've gone up with her. Like I've been through a lot of lows and a lot of highs.
Mm-hmm, Yeah, that's I like when they know.
So she
you know,
knows
to
a
explain
lot.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I how about that? You know what bothers me? That the comedian therapist. That guy's got to. You go to? You
No.
go- okay.
No.
Okay.
I don't
That
go-
feels
I
like
go to- yeah.
a scam to me or something.
I don't think
Like-
it's. I
like
don't
you
think
tell
it's
your
a
friends and he
scam.
gets
I
all
don't
of
know.
them and
Yeah, I don't know. He seems to help a lot of people. I personally wouldn't go to someone that everyone I know goes
Yeah.
to.
We have that here, you know.
You do?
There is
You
like
guys all go to the same
no, I don't.
Oh.
But there is like a Barstool therapist who like
Really?
I would say like not to the extent of the comedian therapist, but I would say like
yeah, there's a comedy seller.
four
therapist.
people or so, 5 people or so, the same therapist.
That's, I mean, I
Maybe
guess,
those numbers might have changed. It might have been, at one time there was like 4 or 5 people who went to the same
I
therapist.
guess logically you you kind of get it if it's like, okay, I'm an expert in the stand-up comedy world, or like I know the Barstool world well, but also, you know, if you were like, oh, like I bombed yesterday, you're like, oh, that sucks because I heard that, you know, Rachel killed. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's like, well,
I-
fuck.
I
I don't like you knowing everything about everything, but I mean, maybe
Yeah,
that's why
I
I'm not good
would.
at therapy.
This is just me. I'm not judging anyone. I would feel very uncomfortable going
Yeah,
with therapists
weird.
that like everyone I know goes to.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, comics.
It
I
is
just-
it is cool how that's kind of changed. Not that as a whole, like very specific, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like that. My parents started made me go to therapy when I was real young.
Me too.
Yeah, I threw a chair out a window, and they were like, "All right, this kid's got problems." But like there was like at that time I was probably in middle school, maybe early high school, and there was like I was mortified. I would make my mom like park in a different
Go
like,
in the back
parking
door,
lot, and I would
yeah.
like walk back. So like,
Absolutely.
because it was by like a friend's house, and I was like, "What
At
if,
that
on the
age, yeah.
off chance
Especially as a
someone sees the
boy,
car?"
it's different.
Oh,
And-
that's still, as far as we've come, is still
yeah.
very hard as a guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Totally.
Like,
But the even just saying it is awesome. But like seeing someone at like you walking out of the comic therapist and seeing a comic, I mean, like say you had like you're crying, I'd be like, well, my career's over.
I don't want any of that.
It's cool. We can all
yeah.
admit we're here, but you just saw me. You saw fucking tears.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, and even
Yeah.
that, like I saw a fan once as I walked out, and I was like, that's probably not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm sure when he's doing the billionaire or the actor, they have some back door, or they make sure no one's around.
So don't
You
mention me with the billionaire actor unless I'm getting the backdoor key
know?
code.
Exactly. If you're gonna do me back door, then we can do it.
Back door.
But yeah, I still think as a guy, it's like
It is.
we say that it's like, you know, we've progressed or whatever, but we haven't, because you'll judge somebody if you see like a guy. You see a guy crying, you judge him.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, it's
Like,
it's
inherently
funny
you just
as a Jewish person, it's much more. No, this is a very general thing, and don't people that watch this. It's not everyone.
Yeah.
But as a non-religious Jewish person growing up, it is common for Jewish men to go to therapy. It's more accepted in what I grew up in.
That's good.
Yeah, it's not as like.
I mean,
you're
as the
going to
Irish,
therapy.
forget it.
Right,
The
that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
Irish Catholic,
different.
like
That is
just
true. I was
put it
actually-
away until
Yeah.
you commit suicide.
I was
Yeah,
watching.
it's not. It's different.
I've been rewatching Seinfeld, just like on a background thing, and I was surprised to see Costanza in therapy because that was like
Yeah.
late
Yeah,
80s,
it's-
early
it-
90s.
yeah.
And by the way, is Costanza's not Jewish, right, in the show?
No.
This is Italian, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think they ever.
George
I've been kind of paying attention to see if they ever made
I
because his
think-
parents sound Jewish. Oh,
Yeah.
I
And
know.
the show
I-
is, the show
what
is
you
so.
doing with your body?
Yeah.
but it's
I know.
just like.
I
Staten
know.
But you know what?
Island.
I mean,
Long Island?
Italians and Jews are, right there with
very,
each other. you
very,
know?
very similar, but also very different. I
Yeah.
mean, we're.
But like as far as the mothers, it's like they worry about if you eat enough. They worry about if you find a wife, and you know what I mean. Like a lot of that.
But
shit
again,
does
like
translate.
the non-religious Jewish, it's called Reform for people who don't know. Like that's how I grew up, Reform Jewish. There's like Reform, Conservative, Orthodox, Hasidic.
Listen, if you got a name, you're in it.
yeah, yeah.
Like you know
Well,
what they call
Reformed is
you know
the
what they
least
call like
religious.
Christians who don't practice. They call them bad Christians. Like, I'm just,
Right. Well, I
They call
guess
them
we're bad
Catholics.
Jew, whatever.
Do
It's
you go-
Reform.
did you go to synagogue and shit?
I went to Hebrew school and I was bat mitzvahed.
Okay, and then you
so
stopped when?
Like, I mean, I always went to temple, but I guess, I mean, I don't go often now, but I'll go for the high holidays, which is
Right,
like,
okay.
You still do?
sometimes, yeah.
This was the first year, or maybe last
It's
year.
important to me.
The first time
Yeah?
I ever
Yeah.
went during the
I
holidays.
bailed. I was that way for a while. With like I'd go Easter, Christmas, and then one day I just learned I didn't have to.
Yeah,
I was like 24, and I was like,
I
I'm not
go when
going.
I want,
And it's fine.
and I'm not religious at all. But I'm proud of I'm proud of who I am, and I love the traditions and the.
Yeah, that's where I'm
custom-
at.
yeah.
Like my grandma really cared, so we had to go. And then she died, and it was like, okay, we can go a little bit less, but my mom still wants us to go. And then she kind of like has fizzled, and now I have kids, and I'm like, well, I don't go at all. But
Yeah.
but I did like my upbringing with the tradition and all
Me
that
too.
shit.
I had to go 3 days a week for years.
What?
Yeah, that's
Every
crazy.
Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Did you ever do CCD?
Fuck yeah, I did
Yeah.
CCD, bro.
Yeah.
Got molested there.
Probably.
Man.
I was about to say I want my kids to do CCD, but
No one
That's
got
out the
molested
window.
in
No,
Hebrew school.
I'm kidding. I did, but I did have a girl put my fly up. She's like, your fly's down. It was my teacher. She's like, your fly's down, and she's like, grabbed it and zipped it up for me. But that's not a molestation. That's just being helpful.
No, I
Gray
think you
area.
ask. I think you say.
I don't think
"Can
you're
I
supposed
zip
to
your-"
touch.
She was like, it was
Listen,
like,
if you're helping out, but if you're eager to go touch a little boy's dick area,
Yeah, and plus, didn't you tell me she did it with her teeth?
you said something earlier that reminded me of something else. What you just said, like you're proud of who you are. I was watching.
Good for you.
I was watching Sunny recently, the new season, and Mac says he's talking about what he identifies as. What would you? Where does Jewish land? What's like the first thing you identify as? Second, third?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for myself, so don't ask me back, please.
that's a great question.
Woman.
Woman one.
Yeah.
I am woman. Hear me.
Jewish would be second. And, it's funny. I hate saying lesbian
Why?
because I'm not.
So
I
just
don't-
say dyke.
I,
Make it easy.
I eat box. Because I don't feel like I'm 100% a lesbian, even though I will always be with women and I prefer women. I'll never end up with a man, but I.
You're saying there's a chance you might fuck a guy still?
No.
So then I say you're 100%.
No, I can't swear on my children that I would never be with a man again the rest of my life until I
Right.
die.
Right.
Now is
That's
that?
being the honest to God truth.
Yeah.
I can't say that with my full, but I don't think I would. I doubt I ever would. I doubt it.
Are you just leaving the window open for like an assault? You're like, fingers crossed, but I can't promise.
No, I don't think that's ever going to happen, to be honest with you. The more I think about it, I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? But I just don't. I don't identify as 100%, lesbian. But that would be my last thing that I identify as, because I think that's also from doing stand up for so long.
You know what I was gonna say? I'm happy you didn't say comic.
Yeah, that's not. I
I
wouldn't
feel like a
identify
lot. I
myself
feel like a lot of
first as
people
a
who do
comic.
comedy would be like, I'm a comic.
Oh, I
That's, like,
think
what
most.
I am,
I
you
think
know?
most comics would probably put that first or second.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's probably one of the last things I would say.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes
It's one of the
take-
things I
take it
am.
too seriously,
No,
yeah.
I don't take it seriously at
Yeah.
all. I don't even love it.
I don't know what I was.
I do it so much.
I
I,
do
have
it-
20 shows this week. I
20?
swear I
Wow.
probably have 20. Literally, I probably am going to do almost 20
Wait,
shows this
what's
week.
that? So that's like almost 3 times 7.
I'm not
like,
kidding.
Are you
I
doing
have
7
probably
days a week, 3
3 or
shows a
4
night?
tonight, 3 or 4 tomorrow. I'm at the cellar,
my
probably
God.
6, 7, 8 shows this weekend. I mean, I do a ton of it, and I don't love it. I
You do it for the
because-
money, which is an okay reason to do things for.
I
Yeah,
do
absolutely.
it because I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm
What does that
supposed
mean?
to be. I'm supposed to make people laugh. I'm supposed
according
to.
to
This is
who?
my. This is my path in life.
Is this some Jewish shit coming out?
No, it's what I know. It's what I'm supposed to be doing. I know I'm good at it. I see people laughing.
So you think that you can have like a
healing
calling
people.
of some sort
Yes.
that doesn't necessarily
Yes,
mean
whether that
you
sounds
like it?
disgusting to people, I don't care.
No, but like you can say
I-
you think you were meant to do this, but
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't necessarily translate to I'm happy to do it.
I love it when I'm up there.
Yeah.
When I'm on
It's like
stage,
I love all the
have
good
a
and I don't want
blast,
any of the
but
the
beforehand,
drawbacks.
I'm not really happy.
Mm-hmm.
All the sitting and doing all the work and the social media and all that shit, I fucking hate. Dealing
I
with
mean, I'm
agents
picking
and
up what you're putting
bookings
down.
and all that shit, I
Yes.
fucking hate.
I love like between the lines. Like
Yeah.
we do this and like that's it.
Right. So when you're sitting here, you have a blast. When I'm on stage, I'm present. I'm in heaven.
Yeah.
But
The rest sucks.
the whole rest of the day, it's not fun
Which
for
is
me.
like okay, so there's like 15
I love
minute
doing
chunks at a time.
characters. I love making
Yeah.
videos. There's other things I like a lot more than stand up.
When you're doing those
But I
characters,
know I am
like,
supposed to do it.
like
so I do it.
I know there's kind of that clique of you guys. I know I always see you and Cannon doing the therapy thing.
That's my
That's your
podcast, which
yeah.
I'm doing
So,
today.
when
Sarah
he made,
Hyland's here in the room, my friend Sarah from LA. She's an incredible character comedian. She's also a comedian, but she does characters. So the one I just put up, the new one goes out tonight. It's on my Instagram right now. If you guys go to Jessie Kirson, she does amazing characters, and she did this character Martha Owens with me and did Kentucky Lightning. So I dress up as different characters, and I interview comedians. And
how many
sometimes,
characters do you have?
I mean, I have a ton of them, but I do like 4 major ones
Right.
on the podcast
Right.
called Disgusting Hawk.
Right.
And it's on YouTube. And like, Sarah dressed up as characters, and so did Mike Cannon and
Yeah.
Brendan Sagalow, and it's hysterical. But sometimes people just are themselves. Like
Mm-hmm.
Big J just did one as himself. Tom Segura did one.
Mm-hmm.
The
How many
Sklar
costumes
brothers.
you keep on hand?
They have all the costumes at the studio,
Ah,
but I have a
okay.
ton of them.
Yeah.
I wear wigs. I do a sex.
Oh, I've
therapist.
seen them. I was wondering what the back room looks like.
And I love doing that. I love doing that shit. But I mean, you can't. Of course, like I have kids too. You got to make money, and like
Yeah.
with stand up, I can make very good money, so I do it.
Yeah. Once you have kids too, it's like fuck.
Right.
If you didn't have kids,
Right.
if
I would
you
just
don't have kids,
fucking-
you can make like $12,000 a year. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like God, I didn't realize how much
Yeah.
life is just easy.
Yeah.
like,
There's a lot
financially
of
without
things I
kids.
would do if I didn't have to make a lot of money.
Right.
Like what?
I would just be more artistic and do things I want to do with like videos and shit where it didn't matter if I made money or not.
But it sounds like the videos you're doing are like they're fun and shit that you liked. Like, what's a video you would do if you weren't doing it for the money? You were just doing it for the passion, for the
I
fun
mean, I
of
would
it.
put out more character stuff, which wouldn't lead to a lot of money.
Got it.
Does
So you
that
do the
make
character
sense? I
stuff
would
kind
do
of as the
like
passion, and then the
I would do like
podcast
a,
and the stand-up stuff is regular. That's for the money.
yeah, I would do like series on the internet, which were like character stuff, character series, maybe a talk show.
Yeah, the character stuff is like, when it hits, it hits. But I think for people to really like continually watch and you get enough views and enough downloads and subscriptions and all that shit, it's a harder path. I feel like.
I mean, it's good for TV.
Yeah. Do you
Definitely.
do acting? Like, because I feel like that would.
Oh yeah, I've done.
Yeah,
I've
so
been on a bunch of sitcoms,
Right.
and I've done.
That feels like.
I've done, I think 3 or 4. I've been in 3 or 4 movies, and I love to act. Now there's not a ton going on, as you know. They're not filming a lot. There's a lot of things I want to do. I've always wanted to do a talk show, and I've always wanted to do sketch stuff. So I'm working on both things right now. I was just about to film a. I was just about to film. Thank you. I was just about to film a crowd work special at the Cellar, which was going to be sick, which I'm going to do now in March. But I was doing 9 shows in one night at the Comedy Cellar in all their rooms, only crowd work, 9 15-minute sets of only crowd work. So it'd be the first woman who did a crowd work special, and we're going to make it into a documentary.
That's wild.
Because I do a ton
Is that how
of
people
crowd
do
work.
I thought crowd work specials were just like anytime you do crowd work, you have it on video, but you specifically
No, I'm doing one
just
night
that. You go up with
only
no,
at the Cellar in all 4 rooms of only crowd work.
So you just
so
walk
no
up
one's
there
ever
and
done
you're
that.
Just like, okay, let me start with you.
Exactly. Because
Wow,
that's
so
my
you're totally
thing. I can
winging
just
it.
improv and talk to the
Yeah.
crowd, but no one's ever done
That's
that.
nuts.
Yeah.
Because I
And
was
then-
always saying, like, I'm always very impressed with stand-up comedy, and then we do our live podcasts, and that's very different, right?
You do it at Caroline's, right?
Yeah, we've done it
cool.
at a few places,
Yeah.
but we go up there with a very light, like, framework of what we want to do, and then we just do a podcast, which is nerve-wracking to me because it's like ordinarily a comic's on stage and they have a set that they've refined and they know when the laughs are coming and they know when the big joke, so they're comfortable. Whereas I'm like, I don't know, sometimes we talk about shit that's like not that funny. It's interesting, but it's not laugh out loud funny. And now we have an audience, and like, but you are kind of doing both of those combined, where it's like it's a stand-up set, but it's winging it completely.
I'd rather wing it.
Really?
That's
Wow.
the thing.
And you're not
And
ever nervous
there's
about like,
most
what if
women
there's- what if
don't
the
do
crowd's
crowd
like,
work, so it's see, this is a business decision that I'm making. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm a business.
Why
I
do you
mean,
think
I'm a
that is?
business. Sarah's laughing because I went off on someone at the airport yesterday
do tell.
because this woman said I had to get a COVID test in Canada, and she's like, "We send you the email," and I'm like, "You didn't send me the email. I'm a business person." Like I became my father. It was like I was screaming at her. I'm like, "I'm a business person, okay?" Like the thought that I even fucking screamed that at someone is so insane.
Kill yourself. I'm a
It's
business.
disgusting. But she was doubting that doubting me
'Cause, like,
that I
what,
didn't
you-
get
yeah,
the
you
email.
didn't look at the
You
email,
didn't
yeah.
check your spam. I'm like, I fucking checked everything. I know what I'm doing. Fucking piece of shit.
See, the exact opposite happened to me. I'd be like, you are completely right. I didn't look at it.
Oh no, I'm the opposite. I'm like, don't ever doubt me. You fucking.
You're right. I have 80,000 unread emails. I'm sure it's in there.
Oh, you're like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. I should kill myself. Yeah.
Nothing worse than when
A homeless
not
guy
that
would see my email
specifically.
collection and be like, you got to clean it up. Kid.
Yeah.
This is
There really
disorganized.
is though nothing worse than when they are right. If it is that.
No,
You're-
it really
you're making
was
a
not- they
stink
were
and You're
not.
like, fuck, it is there.
You're like, but you
know?
don't tell them it's there.
Yeah,
Are you
you
kidding
delete
me?
No, right. You say like, no, it must send it again. There it is.
Yeah.
Now I found it. Don't look at the timestamps.
Yeah, but anyway, it's the reason why. I mean, I love doing crowd work. I'm good at it, and no one's ever done that. No woman has
Why
ever
do you
done
think
it.
women don't do it? Like you're saying, like statistically,
Some
historically
do.
speaking,
I mean, there's
girls don't
some
do
who
crowd
are
work?
amazing at it. There's
Mm-hmm.
some female comics who are so good at it. Judy Gold and Paula Poundstone. I mean, there's incredible, but a lot don't. I don't know why. Maybe they just don't. I don't know why a lot of women don't do it, but I do, and it's part of what I'm known for. And I've been putting up crowd work clips on TikTok, and it's been
Yeah.
blowing up,
Yeah, I was gonna
blowing
say,
up
well,
like
his-
millions of views.
I feel like what I like about a lot of your crowd work. It's not like comedian destroys this person. Like it's usually kind of like funny
it's-
with them.
And I also destroy myself normally. It's me making fun of myself a lot. I mean, a couple times I've gone off on people, and those have gone really viral. But
yeah, people. I mean, that's why you always see it. Like nobody likes a heckler, or when someone gets dunked on as a
Yeah.
heckler. But sometimes it's also devolved to the point where like the comic can be like, "Yo, you suck, dude," and everyone's like, "Oh, he got him." It's like it's got to be funny still. Like
Yeah, of
It's
course.
like people are so eager to trash the heckler that they think anything is like. You got eviscerated. It's like not really. You
No,
kinda
it's
said
not.
you
I
suck.
think people
But
like
when you
my-
really get them, when it's something
Yeah.
funny, it's great.
yeah, and also I do it in a way where it's still loving. I mean, and I do attack myself a lot. So I think people, it's endearing because
Well, again, when you don't take it too seriously,
Yeah.
it's not the end of the world that
Yeah.
someone's drunk and maybe talking a little bit during your set. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when people get
Right.
so mad about that, I don't like it either. But it's like I don't know, somebody had a few
there's
too many drinks.
so many
like,
comics who get so crazy about that shit. It's like, take it easy.
Yeah.
I get more annoyed, and this is I'm not talking to someone on the stage. I'm talking to someone in the crowd. I get more annoyed when I see people doing the It's right. It's right. That's right.
Yeah.
No shit, it's right. That's why they're saying it on stage, because they're professionals who fucking know it's right. Like, that's so true. That's so true. Yeah, they know. We all
Just
know.
laugh.
Why are you? Yeah, yeah.
just
You don't need
just
to get someone
laugh.
else's attention. Did you see that? Yeah, no
You
shit.
would-
It's a person on stage. We all saw it.
Yeah.
You should see England what it's like, because when you perform in London, it's they make comments the whole time. It's they heckle
Really?
you, but not in a mean way. They're like, "Yeah, I understand. I went to the store the other day and the same thing happened." Like
Really?
they yell out
And you're supposed
comments
to
the
just
whole
keep it going, or you're
Yes,
supposed to
it's
interact with
weird.
Get out of town.
They're not being
That would drive me
mean. They're
crazy.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot because you have to stay focused and
Right.
and listen to their
Fuck
comments the
that.
whole time. Like, I had the same experience the other day. I had a scone
It's
and
like,
it was stuck in my
that's
tooth.
why
Yeah.
I'm doing it. It's relatable. That's why I said it. I know you did it too.
Oh, I completely understand. You know what I mean, Henry? We both understand. Like, they're having whole. So you have to. It's the whole.
Well, I something happens too. Some people get in a comedy club and they think they're a comic. You know what I mean?
That happens a
They think they're
lot.
funny, or speaking of DeStefano, did you see that guy in the at the Hey Babe live show?
No.
He's up
Which-
there with
what happened?
Sal.
Yeah.
And this guy like stumbled, and I think they do like. I think they have like a mic in the aisle so people come up.
Yeah.
So I don't think that was that crazy, but I think this guy comes down the aisle and he's like got his hands up. He's kind of like, stop the show, and they're like, yes sir. Like, what do you want? And he's like, $150 right now, poopy in the butt. And Sal is like, what does that mean? And he's like, $150. And he's like, is the poop coming out of your butt, or
Yeah,
you want
what
someone
I
to
was-
put
I'm
poop
trying to-
in your
yeah.
butt? And the guy was like so fucked up, but Sal said something funny. He's like, so before you tell us what's going on, when did you lose your wife, your kids, your family, and your life? Like, how did you get to
I
this
love
point
Sal
here?
so
But like,
much.
I mean, you know, imagine it's for like a couple thousand people being like, oh, $150 for poop in your butt.
Oh,
I'd
there's
absolutely kill
such
myself.
people make the biggest fools out
And
of
they're always just
themselves.
shit-faced, right?
It's wasted.
Yeah.
Wasted.
I would be terrified to be shit-faced in a comedy club. That'd be the last place I want to be.
Oh, yeah.
I would just sit there silent, be like,
Yeah, that's.
don't say anything.
No, there's always a guy, and it can be a woman too. Trust me, but it's normally a man, and it just is. I don't care what I mean. That's what it
Yeah.
is, and it's a
makes
guy who
sense.
always and I've gone off on people and said, like, when someone's really been mean, like wasted, and like, you suck, whatever. I'm like, I know you want attention and you hate yourself, and you've always wanted to be a comedian, but your friends are mortified by you, right?
So
Like, I'll
true.
go off, and then they look so stupid.
That's
I'm
a
like,
great
your
way to do it.
friends can't stand you right now, and you're making a fool out of
Yeah,
yourself.
that's when
like,
people are kind of like, nope,
Yeah,
not me.
yeah.
Associated
That's
with
that's
that
like
guy.
the comedian's version of like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
I'm very disappointed in your
Everyone
act.
in this room is disappointed in you. You've let us all down. You're like, Jesus Christ. All right, we'll go home and fucking reevaluate everything, really. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, you don't want to end up in a church basement putting $1 in a basket. Take it easy.
You want to go do Answer the Internet? You haven't done that.
Yeah.
have you? Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
go do that. So, what do you got? Any dates coming up or anything?
I have a ton of dates coming up. I'm going to be on.
Sounds like it. Shit.
I know. I'm going to be in Rhode Island.
Whereabouts?
At the. Oh my God. In oh shit. Where am I going to be in Rhode Island?
yeah, you fucked up and talked to someone who used to live in
knows?
Rhode Island.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look at my schedule.
17 people used to live in that state. I'm one of them.
Jesus Christ. Yes, I'm going to be, and then I'm going to be in Rochester at the Carlson, and I'm going to be in Vegas at the Laugh Factory.
When's that?
That is at the end of the month. That's like beginning of February.
going
I'm
to-
there. February
You are?
Comedy.
February 2nd or 5th, I'm there.
Sarah's opening for me. That's what. Yep. I'm
Really?
Gonna be, yep. We're going to be there the beginning of February. You have to get your tickets.
Yeah, I'll
You're
fucking
gonna
come.
be
Oh, I would
in
love that.
East Providence at the Comedy Connection.
Yes,
East
East
Providence.
Providence at the Comedy Connection.
Used to work at
Rochester
GNC
and
over in
then
East
Vegas.
Providence.
When is this episode coming out?
Probably next week.
Awesome.
Thursday.
This Thursday.
This Thursday.
Okay,
That's
so
what it says on our schedule. For
Oh, good. So great. So I'll
So
yeah.
you can plug all this in. So
Yep.
So I mean, just go to jessicakirson.com
Yeah.
and she'll be in. She's in Jersey, she's Rhode Island, Rochester, Vegas, Bloomington, Montana. Is that what MN is?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. I was like, do you guys do people perform in Montana?
Yeah,
I mean, I
don't
guess
know
if you
I
go
don't
to
know
some
if
of
there's
those
a club there.
cities, there's like a city in Montana, right?
Yeah, I think it's just a hill.
Helena? No.
Helen is the capital of
Helena's Montana?
Helen is the
Fuck
name
it.
of
Hey,
my
baby, that's
my old
impressive stuff.
housekeeper.
Helen is my slave. Helena does my dirty work. Yeah, all right. So everywhere, Dallas, Tennessee.
Yeah, I have a
Florida,
bunch
everywhere.
of ton of dates coming up.
How long do you think you do that for?
Till I'm 78,
78.
probably.
That's the day.
Till I'm dead.
That's a little light at the end of the tunnel.
That's why I'm saving money. I can't. I'm not gonna
Buy crypto, bro.
Really?
No, I don't fucking know. Don't
Okay.
listen
I'm
to
like,
me.
really?
Boy,
I'm,
No, I mean I do
This
think you
podcast,
should.
this whole podcast is a Ponzi scheme.
I'm saving money to buy a little house, so I have to have a little farm. I got to have a house to go to.
Do you want to like just get out one day and be like done with all of it?
With traveling, doing stand up, yeah, I'd rather.
I mean,
do
I
like
say-
2 dates a month. That's fine with me.
I don't think I will
I'm fine
actually
with
do
that.
it, but I say one day I want to like throw the phone out the window and
I
go live
think
on
I
a
need to
farm.
do
But I
that.
think by like day 3, I'd be like, "What's trending on Twitter?"
Just yelling
I'll
my
do
stupid
some.
opinions. at
I
someone
always
I need
yeah.
some
who
outlet.
used to love me.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
would have to do. I would produce. I want to eventually
Yeah.
just become a producer and
Right,
do some
right.
stuff on the side. But I want to produce shows.
Amen.
That's
All right, let's go to Answer the Internet.
awesome.
We're creeping up on 100,000 subscribers. It's all I've ever wanted for like the last decade is to get to 6 figures. So just fucking do it. I'm
Just
getting so
subscribe.
sick of being the amount. I see all these other people getting 100,000 subscribers and they're getting their plaques and they're not even close to the level of KFC Radio. They're not Barstool people. They're just like, they just get 100,000 people somehow and we can't. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for me. It's embarrassing for him. It's embarrassing for you. So click the fucking button. And even if you don't use YouTube, you just have a Gmail account. You just sign in and fucking click subscribe.